have you ever heard of Yusuf, the terrible Turk? This man, a behemoth of a wrestler, weighed in at a staggering 350 pounds.
Yusuf was an immovable force, an indomitable titan who tossed his challengers around like rag dolls. From London to Lisbon, his undefeated streak became the stuff of legends. Each opponent, regardless of their reputation or strength, found themselves humbled before this mammoth of a man. He wasn't just winning matches, he was dismantling the competition, leaving audiences in awe of his sheer might.
He was a whirlwind of strength and skill, sweeping through Europe, leaving a trail of defeated opponents in his wake. His victories were many, his losses non-existent. The beginning of the 20th century found him crossing the Atlantic, seeking new challenges and greater glory in America. Enter Strangler Lewis, a 200-pound titan of the American wrestling scene.
Yet the match was less of a contest and more of a demonstration of the terrible Turk's might. Yusuf danced around the ring with Lewis, tossing him about as if he were a rag doll. The spectators watched in awe, their cheers laced with laughter at the spectacle.
His winnings from the match with Lewis amounted to $5,000, which he demanded in gold.
To carry this hefty prize, a custom-made money belt was fashioned, resembling a child's inflatable swimming pool strapped around his waist. Each step he took made a sound as if he were walking with pockets full of jingling coins. With his belt heavy with gold, Yusuf boarded the SS Burgoyne, oblivious to the tragedy that lay ahead. The ship and Yusuf's fate were both set to sail into the annals of history. Disaster struck when the SS Burgoyne began to sink. In the face of calamity, Yusuf, the terrible Turk, remained ever the showman. With his treasure-laden belt strapped firmly around his girth, he took a majestic dive into the turbulent sea. The spectators watched, their breaths held, as this larger-than-life figure plunged into the ocean. But gold, as Yusuf was soon to discover, does not make for a particularly buoyant swimming aid. His grand entrance into the sea quickly turned into an unexpected descent to the ocean floor. The crowd watched in stunned silence as the man, who moments ago had seemed invincible, began to sink, his form disappearing beneath the waves. The absurdity of the situation was not lost on the spectators. The terrible Turk, once a towering figure of the mat, was now more anchor than man, pulled down by his own wealth. Yusuf's story teaches us a valuable lesson. When packing for a cruise, perhaps opt for cash over gold, lest you too fancy a swim with the fishes, adorned in the world's least practical belt.
And so, the story of Yusuf, the terrible Turk, serves as a stark reminder of the ultimate futility of wealth. It echoes the wisdom of Proverbs 11:4, which tells us, "Riches profit not in the day of wrath." No amount of gold could save Yusuf from his watery grave. In the end, his wealth, the thing he loved most, was his downfall.